Hi everybody. I welcome everyone to class today, and I'm just going to take you through a mat class, a Pilates mat class to be specific. I'm going to use a foam roller. If you have one, that's great. If you don't have one, that's totally okay. You can use a big towel, like maybe a beach towel or something, roll it up so that it's kind of like this. And we are going to do some movements on this. If you can't do some of the movements, like how I do on this with the towel, don't worry about it. You can do it on the floor as well. So we're gonna get started utilizing the foam roller first. Okay, so welcome to class, and my name's Emily. We're doing this live feed class for Pure Yoga, and Susie also is doing yoga classes and things like that, as well as HIIT classes. Her daughter Maddie is doing that. So really great stuff going on here, and should join in. It's nice to still move. Okay, so we're gonna get started. You're gonna take your foam roller and basically put it in the center of your mat like this, okay? And you are going to sit down on it at the very end of the foam roller. You're gonna lie down. You want your tailbone and the back of your skull on the foam roller or towel, depending on what you have. Okay, so once you get situated here, feel your feet planted nicely down on the floor. So when I instruct people in person, I'm telling them to do their toes, pinky toes, and heels. So to be more specific, press into the whole foot, your big toe metatarsal, your pinky toe metatarsal, and your heel, okay? You're gonna lie down. So there's some stability in that. There's also going to be stability in your core because you're gonna feel this kind of instability as you're on the foam roller. So what you wanna do is hug your core in gently into the foam roller behind you. We're gonna start with some arm movements. I like to bring the extremities into the core, so that's part of why we're doing this. It's also really nice to do this if you've been sitting a lot, or, we're in a stressful situation right now, so it's good to open up and stretch as well. I'm gonna have everybody lift their arms up toward the sky, so the fingertips look at the ceiling, the palms look at one another, and you're just gonna start by lifting the shoulder blades off of the foam roller, but keeping the head down. So this is called protracting the scapula, your shoulder blades, and then you're gonna reach them back down, kind of like you're bringing them out and around and back around the magic circle, or the foam roller, excuse me. You're gonna lift the shoulder blades up and then wrap them back around the foam roller. You might feel some poppiness happening in your muscles back there. That's totally okay. Bring it back. And you're gonna do that 2 more times. Lift them off as far as you can and drop them back as far as you can. 1 more time, lift and retract. And then you're gonna find a neutral place between the retraction and the protraction. Keeping your shoulder girdle in that neutral place and your scapula stable, pull your core in and open the arms out wide and close. So you're gonna inhale out. I feel a major stretch in my biceps. Exhale, close. 3 more, inhale. Exhale, so now we're bringing the breath in with our movement. It's a simple movement, but you're still connecting those feet to the floor and you're breathing while you're moving. You're gonna lift the arms up and hold. On your next inhale, you're gonna take the arms over your head and circle them all the way around to the hips, and then back up on the inhale. Exhale, circle around. Inhale, lift. Exhale, circle. Try to graze the floor with your fingertips. Inhale. Exhale, plug the belly in to lift the arms up 1 more time. Inhale back and over the head. Exhale around, pick the arms up, hold for a moment. On your next inhale, you'll bring the arms down, inhaling. Exhale them over the head and back up to the ceiling. Inhale down and around. Exhale over the head and back up. 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more time. Inhale, stretch through those arms. Let the spine release. Exhale, pull the belly in to lift the arms back up. And hold. Open the arms 1 more time. Get a nice stretch. Reach long through the middle fingers. Make sure your feet are firmly planted down. Pull the core in. Lift the arms back up. Flip the palms down toward the floor and place them on the floor or your mat. They can also be out if you need more stability. I like to put mine right about here. So I am going to take you into knee folds, and that is going to get you big time into the low belly. Keep your head down first. Press your palms down. Pull the belly in and lift the leg up off of the ground. I'm keeping my leg in a right angle. You want to think about holding the whole leg up into your low belly and place it down slowly. So I'm not just letting it fall like that, okay? So lift and slowly lower. Lift and slowly lower. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Keep pulling the low belly in. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more time. Inhale. Exhale it down. Last time. Inhale. Lift that leg and hold it this time. Join it with the right foot or leg. Tabletop the shins and curl up. So I'm curling my whole upper neck off of that mat. The only thing that's on the foam roller are my lower shoulder blades, okay? So pressing the palms down, you're gonna tap the floor and alternate now, okay? Keep breathing. About 5 more. And 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the legs together. Rest your head for a moment. Take an inhale. Exhale, curl back up. Lower both legs down and lift them up. If you are having a hard time lowering them all the way down without letting your back lift up, just don't lower all the way down. Go halfway like this, no biggie. I'm still feeling that in my abdominals. You have about 4 more. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Squeeze your inner thighs a little bit. 1 more time, press into your palms and hold. Rest your head down carefully. Put 1 foot down at a time. Go ahead and relax over the foam roller for a moment, and we can move on. You're gonna roll to the side, and you're gonna take your foam roller out. We might use it again. I'm gonna put it on this side so that it doesn't block the view. Keep it handy in case you need it, along with your rolled up towel or even pillow, okay? So, I'm gonna lie down. We are going to start by doing the footwork. It's something that a lot of times we'll do on the reformer, but it can be done on the mat, and I just want to bring you guys everything that I can. So we're going to do footwork, and you can do this curled up, or you can have your head down with the foam roller or a pillow or that rolled up towel under your sacrum. I will show you that first, and then I will progress to how I'm going to do it, for those of you who'd like to do that. But either way, you're going to feel your abdominals. You're going to get warm, I hope. Okay? So you're going to lie down. You're going to bend your knees if you want to do it the modified way first. You're going to lift your hips up into a bridge and slide whatever it is that you have for support, meaning the foam roller or your towel. And you're gonna have it be nice and low on like your sacrum, okay? You're gonna kind of push on the outside of the foam roller, and you're gonna bend your knees to your chest. Your neck is long and relaxed, and all you're going to do is flex your feet and you're gonna reach the legs away from you and bring them back. Lengthen out and bring them back. Good, so this is the movement. You can do this no matter what variation we're doing, with or without the foam roller. I'm taking the foam roller out because I'm gonna show you the other way as well. Also, we're doing 10 reps. So I'm curled up, my hands are supporting my neck by being in back of my head. I lengthen and I come home. Good, so we already did a few of these. We're gonna come home and do what we call bird on a perch feet. So you can put your head down, and all you're gonna do is bend your upper foot around an imaginary stick, kind of like a bird on a perch, okay? So you either have your foam roller under you or you're curling up. Your hands can be behind your head or they can be long at your sides. Lengthen out and come home. 6 more. 5, 3, 1 more. Hold it, rest your head for a second. Now your knees will separate only shoulder width apart. Your heels are glued together and your toes are apart, okay? Take an inhale, exhale, curl up, or maybe you still have your foam roller and that's fine. Lengthen out and squeeze the inner thighs when you lengthen out and come home. Good. Five more. 3, 2, 1. Come home, hold it, roll down. Stay here and take a nice giant deep breath. Inhale. Exhale, curl back up. You're gonna reach the legs away from you and work the ankles. Flex and point your feet. Good. 5 more. Pulling my belly in. You can also be here with bent knees. No biggie. Or you can still have the foam roller under you and your head can be down. Good. Hold it home. We're moving on to what I call, or we all call, Pilates instructors, the 100, okay? So you're gonna go arms long at your sides. Also, just so you know, if you need it, you can have the foam roller behind you or that towel behind you, right at the kind of middle to upper back. You bring your knees in and you lengthen them out super hard and you start to breathe and pump the arms. You can go a little lower if that feels better to you. Oh geez, I hope I didn't just, okay, good. Okay, you can even go to the nape of the neck, like so. Knees in, lengthen out, and pump. Okay, or you can just curl right up off of that foam roller. So the 100 is called the 100 because you pump your arms up and down like I'm doing, and you breathe in for 5 counts, and then you exhale for 5 counts. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, they're vigorous pumps. The arms are nice and long. You can put your head down while you're doing this. You can bend your knees. You can even put your feet down. Okay, so we're almost done with the 100. And I'm gonna run through every position that you can be in. You can be here with your feet down and your head down on the foam roller or towel. You can curl up off of that, keeping your feet down and breathing. You can lift your shins into a tabletop. You can put your head back down, or you can stay curled up, and you can lengthen out. If you want to add a big time challenge, you can lift the legs as you go, and you can lower them. Lift and lower. So I'm sure we're well over 100. Bend and put your feet down. So, you know, maybe you guys watch this more than once, and you'll start to know what I'm saying, and you'll know what your groove is, okay? Now, we're going to do roll-ups, okay? You're gonna lie down. Your legs are long, they're really long. They're stretching away from your body, and your crown of head is stretching away from your feet. Your arms go over your heads. The fingertips come up to the sky. Right now I'm pulling my core in like crazy because I'm going to peel off of the mat and pull my core in. As I'm reaching long with my arms, my belly is pulling in. And it's gonna guide me back down to where I wanna go. So I'm just gonna slowly melt my spine back down onto the mat, pulling my core in the whole time. The arms come back up, and I'm reaching over my toes, but not touching them. Working on that oppositional energy. 3 more. Inhale it up. Exhale over. 2 more. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Good. You're going to come down and you're going to circle the arms around to your sides, making sure that you're on your mat. These are called single leg circles. You're going to lift the right leg up, and I want you to do that from your core. So you're pressing down on your palms, you're opening the chest, you're pulling the belly in to lift the leg up. You're going to cross it over to the left and bring it back up to the right shoulder and cross over to the left. 3 more. You're really tying your core into the spine. 1 more time and reverse it. So down from the right over to the left and lift. 4 more. So you're really tying your navel to your spine in an attempt to keep your pelvis stable. Hold it at the top. From your belly, change legs in the air. Arms long at your sides. You're going to cross to the right now and left. Good. 3, 2, 1, reverse. You're drawing like a capital D. 1 more time. Hold the leg up, put your hands behind that leg, and walk up for tree. Take your right arm under your right knee, all the way to the crook of the elbow. Left hand grabs right wrist. Lengthen the leg long and bend it. 2, 3, 4, you're keeping it to your chest. 5, walk your hands out. Flex and point. If you need to have a slight circle the foot, bend in the knee, reverse, you can be here. Okay, you're gonna tip back until the toes look at the sky and walk down the leg using your abdominals. And then walking back up, maybe some of you can pull your forehead to your shin. That's okay. And 1 more time. Nice, switch legs. So opposite arm goes to the crook of the elbow of that particular leg. Good, you're gonna lengthen through your spine and kind of curl forward a little. Lengthen the leg and bend. 3 more. 2 more. We're opening up the back of the leg, maybe even a little low back stretch. Flex and point. Circle and reverse. Tip back, toes to sky. Walk down the leg using your abdominals, trying to keep your leg in exactly the same spot. And walk back up. It's hard. Walk down and walk up. Walk down and walk up. Hold it at the top. Draw your forehead to your leg and your leg to your forehead. Lift through your spine. Bend your knees. Walk your seat forward. Hands go on the ankles, shins, or behind where the back of your legs are. We're doing this thing called rolling like a ball. It's harder than it seems. You're gonna take your feet off and just hold here. Your elbows are lifted. You're gonna roll back and come back up without putting your feet on the ground. You're kind of reaching into your hands with your shins and into your shins with your hands as you do this to also maintain that nice connection through the body. 1 more time. Hold it at the top. You're gonna take both hands on top of the right knee. You're gonna start to lengthen the left leg long. You curl down, but notice I did not put my head down. I'm curled up. I'm gonna change legs. 4, 6, 8. Knees to chest. Rest your head for a moment. Take an inhale. Exhale, curl up as much as you can. Hold it here. You're gonna lengthen the legs and arms away and come back. It's important to know that when you do this movement, you don't lie down like this. You stay in a curl. 5 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Head down. Right now, if you feel like you need your foam roller because you need support under your back, and you like to keep your head down because you're feeling this maybe in your neck a little bit, you're gonna take and put this behind your sacrum. You can bridge up like we did before. I'm just gonna kind of sit halfway up and go back carefully. My hands go on the outside. The legs are long. Okay. You're gonna lower your right leg and hold it there. And then you're going to change. You're trying to stretch your legs as far away from you as possible, but holding the belly in. So I'm really trying hard to pull my core in to lift the legs. I'm not using my quads. I'm trying not to. One more set, right? Left, legs together. You're gonna lower and lift. Now I'm gonna switch out. Those of you who need that foam roller, keep it. Those of you who can curl up, and lower both legs to lift both legs. Lower. 5, 7, 8. Hold. Bend your knees. If you have the foam roller under you, take it out and get into this curled up position. Straighten just the left leg. Twist to the right. Change and hold. Change and hold. Hold. Hold and hold. Good. Rest for a second. I'm just gonna see how far we've gone. Great. Okay. We're moving on to this thing called spine stretch forward. It's important to know, I'm getting hot, so I'm taking this off. It's important to know that sometimes when you do spine stretch forward, you feel tight in the hip flexors. Right here, right here. So some people like to sit on their foam roller like this because it's hard for them to not pull in here, okay? So if you find that you come to a seat like this without the foam roller and you're really grabbing your hip flexors and you're like having to hold yourself up, just take something and put it under you. It doesn't have to be as high as a foam roller. It can also be a pillow or a yoga block. Just give yourself a little lift, okay? Otherwise, we're gonna get started with this one. So you're lifting through your spine, but you're hugging your ribs back. The goal is not just to stretch forward, okay? The goal is to lift up and curl into yourself with a slight reach, energetic fingers, muscles made in the arms. You lift up and curl over as though there's a foam roller in front of your belly, and then you roll back up. Always being led with your powerhouse, your core. Lift up and curl over and roll up. Lift up. Exhale as you curl, pull the belly in and roll up that imaginary wall behind you. Keep your low belly nailed through your spine into that wall as you peel up and roll back up. Let's do one more. Lift up, hug your ribs in, curl, curl, curl. Roll up. Now, reach out and grab your toes. If you can't grab your toes, that's fine. Grab your shins, no biggie. Okay, but no matter where you're grabbing, just kind of give a little pull. See how I just brought my shoulders back? And then round your spine a little and breathe into your back body. Exhale and pull maybe down a little bit. Another inhale in your back body. This feels really good. Exhale, curl. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Good. Bring your legs together. Scoot toward your feet. Okay, you're gonna take your hands. This is called the open leg rocker. You can make it a little bit like rolling like a ball like we did before. You can put your hands back here, or you can have them behind your calves or on your ankles. I like to have mine on my ankles, but sometimes, you know, when you lack the flexibility in your hamstrings, it's important to be able to keep your knees bent. So if you need to keep them bent, just put them right about here or back here, but don't bend your knees so much that it is rolling like a ball, because it's not, it's open leg rocker, okay? So I'm gonna grab where I grab. My elbows are lifted, my core is engaged, I'm holding myself here in a balance, and I'm gonna roll back and come back up and hold it at the top. That's the hardest part. Okay, the other thing I'm doing is I'm reaching my legs into my hands, and I'm reaching into my legs with my hands. So there's that oppositional energy going on. It's that push-pull that we all love so much. Good. One more. Chin is to the chest slightly to protect the neck. Hold it at the top. Bring your legs together with control. And with control, walk down the legs until the arms come long at your sides. Your head is down. If you remember how we had the foam roller under the sacrum, if this is bothersome to you in your low back, do what we did before. Palms are down. You're pressing into the backs of the arms. You're gonna circle to the right, down toward the floor, left, and stop at the nose. So you don't continue in that direction. You're gonna reverse it and go left, down toward the floor, right, and stop at the nose. Okay, we're gonna do it 2 more times. You are actively participating in pulling your core in as you do this exercise. So you're not just hanging out, swinging your legs around. You're attaching them into the core, into the low belly. Hold. Open the ankles apart. Take your arms, flex your feet, reach through the legs to come up for stop. Your feet are going to be a little bit wider than the mat, so it's a little bit different than short spine, or not short spine, but spine stretch forward. Reach the arms long, twist to the right. As I twist, I'm reaching my left sit bone back, and then I'm gonna reach and lift back up. So you are practicing opposition here. As I twist left, I'm reaching the right hip back and coming up. We're getting a nice amount of rotation in the spine when you're doing this. It is good for back pain and stretching out. You have to do it correctly. Support with the belly, pulling in always. Remember to reach the opposite hip back of the arm that's reaching, or of the twist that's happening. Hold. Bring your legs together, and we're gonna go ahead and flip over for Cobra. So, you're gonna bring your legs behind you, and you're gonna lie on your stomach, okay? Just making sure I'm all the way on. So, your hands, like your fingertips, pretty much line up with the tops of your shoulders. My legs are long behind me, obviously. They can be apart. If you've got low back issues, go ahead and let them be apart. If it hurts for them to be together, you don't have to have them together, okay? I am reaching my elbows back, like toward the wall, but see what happens with my shoulders? When I do that, it's awesome. So reach your elbows back toward the wall behind you. Press into the finger pads of your hands and your thumbs, and go ahead and start to lift your head. As you lift your head and your chin lifts, your chest lifts as well. So this isn't a neck breaking thing. This is an upper thoracic extension thing. So you're lifting and you're bending the upper thoracic spine. Your chest is growing out. You hold where you can, and then you come back down. You want to avoid looking like this. You want those shoulders down and your neck long. Good. Let's do 2 more. Inhale, lift, push on the hands a little. Exhale, come down. 1 more time, lift up and hold it. We're gonna practice rocking in swan. So this is the modified version. I'm gonna keep my legs separate. I'm just gonna lift my hands up and rock back and forth, working that back line. Okay? If you want an added challenge, you can reach your arms forward as you rock. And come back. And come back. If you want to add a challenge beyond that, you can keep your arms out in front of you. We'll do 3 of those. Good. Go back into a child's pose. Knees are open, toes touch, your arms reach out in front of you. You reach those hips back away, bring your forehead down. Let's take 3 deep breaths. 2 more. 1 more. Sit back on your heels and go ahead and roll yourself up. Okay? Now, we are going to do, let's see here. What do I want to do for you? Okay, let me see what time we have here. Good. We're going to do a Sidekick series. It's hard, it's good, it's important to work the hip sockets and your hip joints, especially with how much sitting is probably going on right now. So I'm gonna lie on my left side. I'm just gonna continue to face you guys. When I lie down, I make sure that my whole backside, like if I were up against a wall, that wall would touch my heels and the back of my head, like I'm in one straight line. So when I lie down, I can have my arm long, like so, if you have a neck issue, or you can put a pillow right here, a small one between your ear and your arm, or you can just simply prop yourself up like so. But I also like to have my elbow in that straight line, okay? So I'm wobbling around because this is not easy, it's hard. It requires you to stabilize with your core. So you're gonna take your right hand, place it down in front of you like a kickstand, kind of. You're gonna lift both legs up. Bring them to a 45-degree angle from your body. Looks about right. Okay, so my legs are pointing that way now. They're not right behind me. My top leg lifts to hip height. I flex my foot, okay? And you are going to reach that leg forward. As I reach the leg forward, I'm reaching my right sit bone that way. So I'm not doing this and letting my hip come toward me. And then I'm pointing the foot, and I'm gonna go 2 beats behind. I'm really focusing on lengthening through that leg and reaching it far behind me, so I have to use my core to keep my pelvis stable. Okay, we're gonna move through it now. 8 more. 6. Take your deep breaths. 3 more. Pull your core in to stabilize so you don't fall. 1 more. We're gonna do up downs. Bring your heel to instep right there. Flex that top foot and lift. Point down. Flex up, point down. Flex up, point down. Now keep it pointed. Point up, flex down. Point up, flex down. Point up, flex down, hold. Point your foot, draw a line with your toe up to the other knee. Lift it up and squeeze down. Point, lift, Squeeze down, one more. Squeeze down, hold. Lift straight leg. Point down to that knee. Squeeze together to lift. Bend, hug the inner thighs as you come down. One more. And squeeze. Good. Flex the top foot and lift it to hip height again. And we're just going to go into little circles up high. And reverse the circles. 5, 4, 3, 2, hold. Bend the knee. Wrap your hand behind and around the outside of that Achilles heel. Relax that same shoulder. Lots of times we want to do this. Don't do that. Let that shoulder come down. Lift the bottom leg with a flexed foot and lower it. Lift and lower. 3, 4, hold it up on 5, circles up high. Good, reverse that. Take a deep breath, hold and lower. Okay, legs come together and you are going to roll onto your stomach with your forehead down on top of your hands, which are on top of one another. So it looks like this. Then you're gonna lift both legs up and clap your heels together like so, okay? We're doing 3 sets of basically 20. 2 more sets, 1, 2, 10, 1, 10, 1. Nice, okay. I hope you guys are doing okay. We're gonna switch to the other side. So, I'm gonna face you. I'm going on my right side. And if you have any questions ever with any of this, you can always shoot me a Facebook message. I'm under Emily Easton, no big deal, if you have a question. We are gonna lie down on the right side. And my legs are long. Again, they're away from me. The crown of my head is away toward the wall. You can be down on your arm, or you can come up and have your ear resting in your hand. I'm pulling my core in. I'm trying, so like if I didn't have my hand down, it would be hard for me to hold steady. But that's how much like I'm balancing right now. That's how much you're using your core. So this is just a little helper. It's not meant to do it for you. So make sure you're pulling your core in and stabilizing. You're gonna lift both legs up, come to a 45-degree angle and place them down. Okay? Your top hip is directly above the bottom hip. Hand here, lift the leg, flex the foot, 10 of these. 1, 2, point behind. Remember that when you flex your foot forward and bring the leg forward, you're reaching that hip away from you. 5 more. Make sure you're breathing. Make sure you're reaching your fullest capacity, your ability. And it's okay if you push yourself a little bit, not to the point of pain, but your edge, like knowing where it is that you have to strengthen. 1 more time. Come home. Heel to instep. You're gonna flex and lift, point down. Flex up, point down. Flex up, point down. Point up, flex down. Point, flex with control. Hold it down. What did we do on the other side? Oh yeah. You're gonna draw a line up to the knee, lengthen, and squeeze to reach it down. Lengthen, reach the leg away from you. Reach that sit bone away from you as you do this. Lift with a straight leg, bend, squeeze the inner thighs, heels together right there, and lift. Bend, lengthen, lift. Bend, lengthen, hold. Flex the foot, little circles, hip height. Reverse, 5, 3, hold. Bend that knee, cross the foot over, put the hand behind and around the outside of the Achilles heel. Flex the opposite foot, lift the leg and lower. Lift and lower. 3, 2, hold it up on 1, little circles up high. Reverse. hold. That leg comes down with control. It's joined by the top leg. Roll onto your stomach. Remember, the forehead goes on top of the hands, which are on top of one another. Lift your legs and clap, 2. 10, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. One more time. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Child's pose, you guys. So toes touch, knees open wide, arms in front of you, forehead down. 3 deep breaths. 2 more. 1 more. Sit back on your heels and roll up. Okay. Hope everyone's doing okay. I'm just looking to see what time it is. Awesome. Okay. We are going to practice teasers. Teasers are hard, so I'm going to do different versions and variations of modifications that you can do. Number 1, if this is totally super like jarring and hard on your back, put your toes under your couch or something so that you have a strap or you have something to help you hold your feet down if that's what you need. So I'm going to do that pretending like I have my feet under a couch, so it would look like that, but there'd be something there obviously. This is a modified version of teaser. Your knees are bent. Your arms go behind your head. They start to come up. As they come up, so do you. Think arms by the ears. You reach up. You have to hold it here. So I don't want you to relax forward. I want you to learn how to hold yourself in this position with your core strength and with whatever your feet are under right now. And roll down with control. Bending your spine with control. Pulling your core in. There should be no slamming down, and there should be no flinging up. You trust your strength, you curl up with control, pull your belly back still, hold it where you still feel your belly ignited, and then roll back down with control. One more time like this. Hold where you still feel your belly, and then roll back down. Remember, that variation is with your feet under something. Okay, we're gonna move on to the next progression. If you don't need your feet under something and you want to try a more progressed form of this exercise, this is how we do it. You're gonna lie down. Okay, just couldn't get that off the mat. Okay. You're gonna lie down, bend your knees to your chest, come into a tabletop with the shins. The arms come over your head, and you kind of reach your legs away from you. You'll feel that weight balanced out with your legs, and then with your arms, when you rock up and hold it. Hold, and then roll down with control. Arms over the head, keep your belly engaged, and curl back up. It will only help you to keep your belly engaged. And roll down. Squeeze the inner thighs. Try not to let your shoulders lurch forward. Again. And roll down. Everything. Okay. The next option up would be to bend your knees and extend your legs all the way out into a 45-degree angle from your body. The arms go over the head, and you come up into a teaser. You lift the arms up, and then you roll down with control. And come up, arms, roll down with control. One more up, hold, roll everything down with control. Okay, if you want to try the hardest, or the most, I suppose, advanced, but I just want to say that if you're doing any of these, you're going to feel your abdominals, and there's no wrong or right way. There's a form way, and there's making sure that you have yourself in a position that you can achieve doing these movements with impeccable form. But a lot of times people think that if they modify, they are cheating or something, and you're not. And actually, when you slow down sometimes, and this is so true right now, I guess, you can find deeper places than you could doing the most advanced version. So you might want to take that into consideration and try all of these. So the most advanced version, or one of them, we're going to do 2 more versions. You come all the way up at the same time. You hold the arms out here, you lower the legs, and you lift them. I'm trying not to lean back. I'm trying to just really suspend my back in space. And then roll everything down. The last version is everything comes up at the same time and everything goes down at the same time. So I'm pulling my core in. I'm going to curl up. I'm going to lift my arms, and I'm going to roll down with control. I'm going to do that 2 more times. 1 more. Good, guys. Hug your knees into your chest, rock them from side to side. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale all that breath out. 1 more inhale. Everything empties out, exhaling. And you're gonna go ahead and come to a seated position, okay? We're gonna do hip circles. I'm gonna do them on my forearms because I feel like that's the best received way to do it. You're gonna lean back on your forearms. My chest is open. I'm not hanging out with my shoulders by my ears. Palms are down. I'm pressing into my palms. I'm pressing into my forearms. So I'm actively working. I'm gonna bend my knees to my chest and hold. I'm gonna lengthen my legs out. Now mind you, you can do this with bent knees. If you're doing it with straight legs, you're gonna think about drawing a big circle with your toes and then reversing that circle. If you're doing it with bent knees, you're gonna flex your ankles and think about drawing a smaller circle with your heels and reverse that circle. I'm gonna go back to straight legs. If you want to ever do the fully expressive progression of this, you reach the arms behind you and you're lifting. You're gonna circle and lift. And you're gonna circle left and lift. I oftentimes tell people, you should be able to do this one day without your arms. They're like, what? And hold. Bend your knees. And why don't we bring the heels together and the toes together? Lift up through your spine and go ahead and give yourself a little stretch. Come forward and maybe rock from side to side and breathe. Relax your shoulders. Take some nice deep breaths. One more inhale. Exhale, roll up. And we are going to flip onto the stomach. Okay, we're gonna finish up here. Good, perfect. We're gonna do a few more things. This is called rocking. So it's kind of like floor bow pose. You're gonna lie on your stomach, reach back and grab your ankles or feet. You're gonna kick up into that position. And then you're gonna rock. It's important for you to know that the rocking comes from you deeply breathing. So your diaphragm is actually rocking you in a sense. You need to keep your chest lifted and your head lifted. If this isn't in your practice, you can skip it. It's not a big deal. I just want to make sure that I give people some other movements to do. We do a lot of flexion in Pilates, and this is some extension, which is good. I like to work your spine in a flexed position, an extended position. Sometimes we get to lateral flexion and rotation. So I'm pretty sure we've done almost all of that so far. You're gonna come down, you're gonna reach back and grab onto your ankles or feet. Make sure you have a nice grip. You're gonna go ahead and kick into your hands. Lift your chest up, lift your head up, and breathe. My head is not moving me. My breath is. Kicking evenly into both feet and both hands. One more. Hold it. Release into swimming. So the arms go in front of you, the legs go long, and you just simply swim. Couple more deep breaths. Try to make big beats. Good. You're going to put your hands under your shoulders. Your toes, look at my toes, they're curled under, as though I'm going into a plank position, because I am. You can have your knees down. It's totally fine. Just keep your belly engaged and move with impeccable form. So that means no archy backs. So either way, hug your core in, and then you're going to push up into a plank. And hold. Hold this plank. Lift your right leg up and bring it down. Lift your left leg up without moving your pelvis and bring it down. If you're on your knees, you want to be forward here. You want your hips in line with your shoulders. Just lift a knee off the ground and bring it back down. And lift the other knee off the ground. It can be a centimeter, no big deal. And bring it down. Come back into your plank. If you're in a plank, okay, let's do that again. Lift and left. One more right and left. Hold. You're going to do 3 push-ups. Can be on your knees or you're off your knees. 1, 2, 3. You are going to walk back to your feet and just hang over your legs. Let your neck release. Let your arms release. Maybe shake your head yes. Shake your head no. Good. We're going to come to our knees gently, because if I stand up, I won't be on screen. So go ahead and sit in a cross-legged position, please. And earlier I had mentioned I like to do all those different planes of movement with the spine. So we're going to end with a little bit of side bending. Okay? You're going to lift the arms up and bring them back down. Lift them up and bring them back down. Good. This time keep your, I don't know which hand, keep one hand down with the opposite up. Keeping both sit bones down, you're going to reach out until you come to the elbow of the opposite arm and go into a side bend. Take 3 deep breaths. And come back up. Bring the arm that's lifted down on the floor and the fingertips. Stretch the opposite arm up. Send yourself out and come down onto that elbow. Your knee might lift. I'm not super flexible in this area. I'm just going to keep breathing into that tightness. One more. I should do this every day. Slowly come back. And everyone put your hands on your knees. Relax your shoulders. We're going to end with 3 deep breaths. Okay, you're just going to take a nice big deep breath. Inhale. You can close your eyes if you want. Exhale, release. Let your shoulders relax. Inhale. Exhale. Feel your sit bones nice and connected to the floor to lift up away from them. One last time, inhale. And exhale. That's class. As I mentioned before, if you have any questions, feel free to message me. I'm just Emily Easton on Facebook, and you can find me on Instagram at Emmy, E-M-I-B, as in boy, 4268. So if you'd like to reach out on social media, that's where you can find me. What else? Do these classes at Pure Yoga, they're amazing. We are in some very interesting times right now, so it's important to keep breathing, keep moving, and keep connecting however we can. It's hard, but good. So move when you can. It's understandable if you can't, because it's just overwhelming sometimes. So whenever you can do it, just pop it in and breathe a little bit more deeply. I hope everyone is safe and comfortable and okay. Thank you for watching, and that is a very slow version of a Pilates all levels with a prop that you can use mat class. Okay? Thank you guys. Bye. I hope I'm doing this right.